The deafening crack of the rifle echoed through the canyon, ricocheting off jagged rock walls. Every soldier froze, hearts hammering, eyes scanning for the source. The bullet had hit its mark with surgical precision, neutralizing the threat before anyone even realized the danger, and then the disbelief set in. No one expected her. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Lieutenant Kara Hawk Donovan. To her teammates, she had always been quiet, focused, precise, but never the one to draw attention. On her first joint mission with the elite SEAL unit, she blended into the shadows, observing, calculating. No one knew she had the instincts of a predator honed through years of covert operations, survival training, and impossible missions. Today, that hidden skill would shock even the most seasoned warriors. The team had been ambushed hours earlier, pinned down by an enemy squad occupying high ground. Every plan had unraveled and the chaos coms were scrambled, positions overrun, and the team cornered. Murmurs of despair fluttered through the ranks. Even the SEAL Master Chief, a legend in his own right, muttered under his breath, "We're hopeless." But Kara didn't flinch. She had faced worse. She had survived worse. And she had trained for moments like this. Her eyes scanned the terrain. Jagged rocks, dust-choked wind, the faint shimmer of heat waves dancing in the midday sun. Every detail mattered. Every heartbeat counted. She could feel the team's fear like a physical weight pressing against her ribs. She thought of them, of the soldiers who trusted her, and of her own code duty first, hesitation never. Her finger hovered lightly on the trigger of her rifle. She exhaled slowly, letting the tension in her shoulders dissolve into controlled readiness. She wasn't just a soldier. She was the calm at the eye of the storm, the silent force waiting for the right moment to strike. The enemy advanced, unaware of her presence. Dust swirled in lazy spirals around the canyon walls, catching the sunlight like fleeting sparks. Kara's hands moved almost imperceptibly as she adjusted her scope, lined her breath with the subtle sway of the distant figure, and prepared to make the shot. Time slowed. Every detail sharpened, the shift of weight in the enemy's stance. The glint of a rifle barrel, the trembling of the terrain under boots. Kara's training kicked in, each calculation instantaneous, each movement precise. She squeezed the trigger. The shot rang out. The enemy fell. Silence enveloped the canyon. The team blinked, shock mingling with relief. Whispers rose. Who fired?
Ow.
How did she hit that from there? All eyes turned toward Kara. Even the Master Chief, the unflinching pillar of the unit, stared. His jaw slackened. It was her? He whispered. The incredulity in his voice was palpable. Kara remained calm, lowering her rifle. Her breathing was steady, her face serene. "Target neutralized," she said simply. No fanfare, no celebration, just mission accomplished. But in that silence, the weight of recognition settled on everyone. She wasn't just the new member of the team. She was an operative who could operate beyond expectation, beyond fear. For the soldiers pinned in the canyon, relief flooded their veins. They had feared defeat. They had felt the terror of being overpowered, yet one precise act had turned the tide. Kara had bought them time, saved lives, and proven that courage and skill often hide in plain sight. The Master Chief finally approached her, the awe in his stride unmistakable. "I've trained, fought, and seen more battles than I care to count," he said quietly, his voice thick with respect. "But I've never seen anyone do that. Not like you, not ever." Kara offered a small nod, the faintest smile brushing her lips. "We all have our moments," she replied softly. "This was just one of mine." And yet, in the hushed canyon, every soldier present understood the magnitude. She had shifted the balance of life and death with a single, calculated action. It was more than marksmanship. It was courage, foresight, and unwavering commitment to her team. Later, as they regrouped, murmurs of admiration swirled through the ranks. Some called it luck. Some called it destiny. Kara knew it was preparation, discipline, and the quiet confidence that comes from being ready for the impossible. She scanned her team, their eyes reflecting a mix of awe, gratitude, and disbelief. And in that moment, she realized something profound. Being recognized was secondary. What mattered was the safety of her teammates, the completion of the mission, and the silent assurance that no matter what, she would stand unwavering. Because heroism isn't always loud. Sometimes it is the silent force that turns the tide. The unseen hand that protects others, the calm in chaos that leaves the world just a little safer. Because courage doesn't announce itself. It acts, it protects, and it reminds us that even in the darkest moments, hope survives. And as the sun dipped behind the canyon walls, casting long shadows across the dust and rock, Kara lowered her rifle. A quiet sentinel in a world that had just glimpsed her truth. If you were moved by this story, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to Whispered Words, and join our community of listeners who celebrate courage, resilience, and unforgettable heroes.